Now this is the front of the farm at all year round calving. You want to come onto this farm, when we drive up the drive, there's our driveway there. This is how we enter the farm. We want to drive in, we want it looking good. So every time I come out, I try to look at it in someone else's eyes. So here we go. Office there, farm motors there, what we call the tank, flatbed trailer there, cake bin there. This is a lean-to towards the parlour here. Parlour's behind, collecting yard's behind there. Silage clamps down there. You go through here to all the calves in our dairy here. We just put that roller door in about a year ago to tidy it up because we chuck a lot of rubbish in there because it's only natural from the dairy here with all the drums straight across. Then you go down through here. There's our dairy there, far away. Then milk on the floor there where we just filled up that feeder there to feed the calves behind the doors there. Just moved a load of calves out of there, round back. Got this big pad here. Got one of our wagons parked up here. We're waiting for a new wagon to come. Calves there. We've just had a load of calves go on. That's the calf hutches over there. And I've walked with this trolley from there. If you ever get a trolley like this, it's GFC trolley. It used to have a milk pump on it. We used to go around feeding calves pump. And the pump broke and it's just easier now getting out of that thing there. He has had a bit of damage for that trolley because we used to put it in the bucket of a tractor and feed the calves just down the corner, and then it used to fall out now and again. So I'm just going into these calves here. So these calves here, we just sent on a load of these. This shed's like our backup shed. I put sand all over the floor time because it seems to be better for the calves. They seem to do a hell of a lot better. I had no trouble with calves this year. Now I'm not going to say I'm an expert with calves because I'm far from it. But the calves, we have had massive problems with calves before, crypto and whatnot. And it is an easy time of year for calves. But these are doing well. The bulls we haven't deormed because they're meant to be going on, but this one ain't gone. God knows why. Probably because it's a problem with his passport or something like that. Probably down his heifer instead of bull or something. These have all been dehorned with paste. I've put paste on all the heads when they were young, and it's worked well. You have got to watch it a bit because I see out in the field we've got the odd one with a horn poking out where it hasn't been put on properly. So we've got this bull here. I'll probably put a ring on his bollocks any day, calm him down because we don't want him. They seem to be alright, doing alright. They've got a little makeshift water trough in the corner. They're probably not going to go out and grind. No, they're probably in for the rest of the winter because this is wet ground down there, so you don't want to be putting cattle out anymore. The ones that are out are do alright, but you've got to keep moving them and shifting them around all the time on this farm. And just constantly in the morning after our jobs, our milking jobs and that, and we've had a bit of breakfast, to go out on the quad bike and keep moving cattle from field to field on the fresh ground. Like, we leave them a day or two if the weather's alright, but like the wind and rain, what was meant to come today, you know, there's a little bit coming over, but I wouldn't say it's windy, it was wet. We've moved them on the fresh ground. It just keeps them going and helps them out, and we're shoveling a lot of cake into them too. We're all getting like a good kilo each of cake. With me and my dad take out bags and bags of cake, drive around all this young stock and feed them. On the wet ground, we've got to take a quad bike. On the dry ground, we can take a truck, but we still put it in full drive at the moment because it's a little bit soft. So it's a long job in the mornings, but it's something we just got to keep doing. Reminiscence of our bag seeds, grass bags, you know, what we're going to throw away. That's all used grass seed, chucked in a heap. We've been doing a lot of grass seeding in the last couple of weeks, all over the place. Done a lot of direct drilling this year. We've done a lot of mowing, like over silage in and that, and then we went straight behind with direct drill. And that seems to be working out all right because we didn't fertilise up those fields. We left them. But we put muck on after we put the grass seed in, so we'll see if that comes up all right, because it is a bit like a carpet on this farm, so it is like hard for young grass to come up through. But we sprayed out all the buttercup and whatnot, was taking up a lot of the soil, so we'll see how that goes. So far it looks pretty good. And then we've reseeded all the arable ground, like the peas and barley and whatnot. That's all been done, and we just got the maize fields to do now. What we'll probably put down the grass because it is quite warm, but we're probably, you know, if it's not wet and we make a mess, if it comes off well, nice and clean, we'll probably just chuck the grass seed just straight on top with fertiliser there. There's that low sand coming. It's looking drier, this stuff. Or not. Still looks quite wet. I'd say that's fairly wet. We've had a job on getting out the sand dispenser, to be honest. But I think that's looking a little bit drier. You nearly want yeah, that's quite wet, I'd say. Soon dries out when the cows sit on it, eh? but it's better when it goes in drier. It's just better for the cows. It's just dustier to rake too. It's a lot easier going. Let's have a look at the sand in the cubicles a minute. There's cows over there going in for milking. There's cows coming out there out of that alleyway. Cows there. All this any day is getting barned over, this whole lot. It's a massive shed. It's going to be great though. Because that means in the winter the cows are never going to go outside in the rain. They're just going to stay in our winter. It's like 6-7 months on this farm. This is sand in the cubicles here. See, it's a bit of a hard work chucking it in. Don't come out sand dispenser that well, but once it's in, laid out, and the wind flowing through the shed does dry out. So you barely ever get any ponds with mastitis in the winter or batter scans. It is just like the perfectly designed shed. It's just like, that's all closed boards. It looks gappy on this camera, but it's all closed together. Down the bottom's opened up, nothing on the side, and then we've got Yorkshire boarding down that side. But the airflow through here is just absolutely perfect. The cows are really happy. Really wide passageways. You know, it's 15 foot there, and then we've got 18 foot down here. This is 18 foot, so we've got plenty of space. You could need to work another line of cubicles down here, to be honest, if you're that pushy, and push this herd out at 650. But, the way it's going is alright. You know, we've got loads of roof lights in the roof, but I don't think it makes a massive difference. If I was going to whack a shed at now, I probably wouldn't bother with roof lights. He's gone a little bit dark now after 5 years. But really, they want washing, but no one's going to get out there and do it, are they? But these cows, see, they're stuffed and they're milking really well. That's the main thing. You know, you're going to compliment your shed when the cows are milking well. Obviously, when they don't milk well, you blame anything. But these cows have always milked relatively well down here, because it's a wet, horrible farmland, and it's hard work getting cows out and that when it's wet. But it is a grassy farm, and it does produce rich, you know, nice grass, what makes cows milk well. And then when they come in, they milk well on the silage and that. Like, we don't grow no maize on the farm. It's all come in from 10 miles away, the maize for this farm. Peas and barley is grown on this farm, but it's a nightmare getting it off. We put it in on the peas and barley, we put in on the 25th of May, right? And then we harvested it on the 5th of September. So when we put it in on the 25th of May, it was, well, a few people said, no way is that going to grow, it's way too late, it's a month too late. But I say it grew better than the stuff up on the organic unit was planted late April. So but that's good, these cows are happy. This is one farm sorted. The only thing I've got to focus on now is the spring calving herd to keep them milking well. I want to milk they through the winter. I want to keep them milking well enough to do that. We're low milk price up there for organic. It's a bit of a shock to the system. That's the main thing, keep those cows milking well. You've got two herds milking well. They are up on our spring unit, we're averaging 20 litres at the moment, but it is a little bit of a lie because we've been buying cows in what are freshly calved up there, so they're pushing the milk up. So they've been selling cheap, all these cows at markets and whatnot, all going relatively cheap. It's really good. You know, the milk price is down, but the cows are cheap, and the butter price is good. So that spring unit though, we've got one reactor going on up there tomorrow, so we've been shut down up there. It was a pain in the ass because it's hard enough getting rid of all cows as it is. When it's shut down, team up there is an absolute no-go. And yeah, the grass is growing, so that's all alright. And then what we're going to do is run a wagon around the whole lot in the winter instead of self-feed out there. So because the wagon's hanging about anyway, and he's got a commercial axle on, he'll run up easy. We've got a bigger tractor on the front this year. It should run around the whole lot. And it saves Tim a job feeding, saves me a job. Up in the dry cows, dry cow lick. Boy, one, see what's like. I don't think they're that happy up here. We've got them right up on the hill, up under some of the highest ground. It's dry up here, but it's wet down there where they're too. But like I said, got to keep moving them about all the time on wet ground. It's non-stop, or we bloody get out. See, look at they. They're there, sort of eating, but they don't look that happy. I'm going to zoom in. They don't look that happy. They're moving about a lot. Probably because there's a lot of stingers down there too. Not happy about that. There we go. On my phone at the moment, camera's gone. Set around these edges for any calves. We get in the ones what are close and stem them up, but we've seen have quite a few still calve out in the field. God knows what's good, mate. The other side of this hedge here is organic, young stock. So what I like about the two farms, the organic and the all year round calving, it's organic. A lot of the young stock ground is alongside there. Look at that. All the calves down there. You've got to put them onto this dry ground when it starts raining heavy. Just get up on top of this hill here. And out there. You can nearly see the farm with farmhouse shut out the other side of that hill. Tall, Glastonbury tall. The other side of that hill is 10 miles away. It's zoomed right in. And then around here somewhere, that's our youngstock farm right there. The other side of that wood there is our dairy unit. We've got tracks all the way up, tracks all the way up right here. Get tractors, those dry coats here running on up here now. Yeah, we get fed up for a minute. Silage clams. One of our doors have blown off. Look at that. I didn't think it was that windy. It looks like I have to put heat back on again before the farm shines. This is the blend here. It's got a little bit of cocoa in because we had cocoa in for the calves throughout the summer. But oh yeah, it smells good. That does. 4 kilos of cow at the moment. Flat rate, whole lot, all in one herd. Might put them at 6. We'll see how it goes. They are milking quite well on that, and they've been on it about 4 days. Silage can, first cut silage there. It's about 1,500 tonne, about 1,200 tonne in here of peas and barley, and second cut for a cut silage. Peas and barley's on top, silage underneath. Peas and barley, like I said when I showed you like down the barrier, it's quite strawy stuff, but it seems to be alright. Seems to like it. If anything, there's appetite. We grew it anyway for the mid-tier job, so scored all around there. Yeah, that's good stuff. That is. All silage come in really good quality. Maize too here. This is this year's maize. We started feeding it before we even got a sheet on. Toby dug into it as we were rolling it in. Now a lot of people say, well, a lot of people said to me who know me, why'd you plant your maize so far away? Put the maize, this maize come from 10 miles away. We have got some local maize, but the reason being, if we grow maize on this farm, it's really wet to harvest it. Some years it doesn't grow, it grows waist high. Some years you do get a good crop, but I say 1 in 7 years I think we found it was actually any bloody good. That's why we grow it so far away. When the trailers come in, they come in nice and clean and dump it in the pit. It gets rolled well because there's a trailer every now and again. It's grown out Glastonbury way, in between Shetland and Glastonbury on the main road. It's straight out on the main road, 10 miles to here. Nice fast run. It is also on stone brushy peaty soil, and it just grows, and it's just been one hell of a crop this year. So it is well worth growing it out there and hauling it back to here. We're guaranteed now to have a really good maize harvest, and it's good top quality stuff. These cows are going to have a good run. Got our other wagon here too. We've got 2 Keenans on this farm at the moment. They're both working, thank God, but they both keep breaking down. We're waiting for a new trial light to come, but we've been waiting about 8 months now, and they've pushed it back even more, so that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Hopefully it will turn up pretty soon, because we need it. We're going into that time when the wagon is going to be going about 8 hours a day, so it is where we get most of our milk from, is that one machine, so it is extremely important for us. But so far so good. It's a nice setup down there. It's nice and clean too in this weather at the moment, so it won't work shut. It's discipline you want on these farms. Everybody says to me, what's the best farm you got? What farm costs the most money? Organic, conventional. So if you just tuned into this channel, we've got 3 dairies. 2 are conventional, 1's organic. The spring calving's organic. but autumn and all year round are conventional. Now people say to me all the time, just get asked just all the time, is what dairy is the most profitable one, what dairy makes the most money. I would not swap one for the other at all. I would not, like, they're all 3 different milk contracts too. We've got White Barbers and Arla. I would not swap between any of them. They all got their ups and downs, they've got the pros and cons. I would not change nothing about any of them. The main thing with it is discipline, like I said. You just want to choose your system, whatever it is. Usually, if you're going to choose one, then choose what the ground's like. Then, and you just got to just do the best job you can. You just got to work every hour of the day. I know everybody works every hour of the day anyway, but you got to forfeit all your bloody friendships and all that, pretty much. You just got to work non-stop. Work every hour you can, and even when you're sat in your house at night with your wife and kids, you got to be thinking about it too. You know, it's that sort of job. It's just non-stop. It's a cattle. It's 24/7, 7 days a week. It's your whole life. It's more than a job. It's your life. But you just got to keep discipline, and you got to keep the discipline up. So I don't mean go around shouting at everybody saying do this next time, do that. You got to be really good at talking to other people. You got to believe in other people too, and you got to trust other people. That's what you got to do, but you've also got to go around making sure the job's done properly all the time. For example, like with the calves, they've got to have fresh water twice a day, every day. They've got to have warm milk. Just that, like, you got to, the young stock is so important. It's unreal. You got to, like, especially if you're going out and buying them, then fair enough, get them on the market. But if you're raising a closed herd, then your young stock, like, absolutely pinnacle to your business. But then again, you don't want to forget, like, your milking cows, or the cows what are producing your money. Your milk going on in the tank is your money, what's going to source everything. So you want to make sure those cows are always milking well. You want to make sure your back scans, your cell counts are nice and low, but not too low. But it's gonna, like, you know, like some people like got under 100 on the cell count. What, like, is good, but if you're like Curfew's 200, why send that cow on? What, put it up a little bit? Why not just let her carry on milking? You know, you can really shoot yourself in the foot with a bit of it. So just stuff like that. In the feed, just everything. Just if you're a farmer, you know exactly what I'm on about, because I'm not trying to like say I'm the best or anything, because I'm definitely not. There's a hell of a lot better farmers out there than me. But I'm always, every day, looking for a way to improve myself, and I'll try to look at the farm, whatever I'm on, whatever farm I'm on, in someone else's eyes too, what they would think about your farm. It's just a few fine little things like that what keeps the whole thing ticking round. Right, so I'm just pushing the silage up, and I'm going to flick the lights on because it's getting dark already, and then we're done here. And I'm going to ring up Tim because I ain't been up on the spring unit at all today. And I'm going to see how he's got on. He's milk testing with Emma for John's and cell count and whatnot. And we got that TB reactor going on up there tomorrow, so I'll go up and see him about that. And then check the young stock, the in-cab heifers up there with him, and suss out if we've got to move them on or not. We're going to PD bay next week, and then we're probably going to move them closer to the winter sheds because we've got a nice bit of grass come on. But then that's going to be more work because we've got to put a fence up instead of letting them just run the whole lot.